Today is a special episode of the Study Abroad podcast with the Fred Effect team. And today we are just responding to your questions. So keep them coming in the comment section. And also you can directly request and then we'll approve so that you join us live in the studio. Let us know all your study abroad questions, your applications, your visa application, your scholarship applications. What questions do you have? Always we bring you individuals who have been through the process to share their experience and their journey with you. Today, we are responding to all the questions you might have about the study abroad process. Sometimes it's just easy like that so that clarity, people have individual circumstances, what they want to study, their preferences in terms of country. So I'll be here with my co-host, Ben. Hi, Ben. How you doing?
Yeah, Fred, I'm good. And you?
Yeah, I'm excited. Today we are responding to questions. A lot of people send us DMs on our social media platforms, and I'm glad that we are here to respond to them. How has your week been?
Yeah, by His grace, it has been fantastic. Just little stress, but we are fine.
Awesome. So yeah, whether we are in a good mood or not, we keep on giving our best to our viewers and then our subscribers. We are live across all the Fred Effect social media platforms. So we are live on Facebook. If you're watching us on Facebook, shout outs to you. Let us have your comment in there as we'll be reading and responding to them. If you know somebody who wants to study abroad, tell them that the most trusted brand when it comes to study abroad, that can come when it comes to study abroad is on. I've had opportunity to have 2 masters here, and then also I've studied in about 5 different universities, right? I've lived in Ohio a little bit, Kentucky, Arizona a little bit, New Jersey also, a bit of Alabama, Indiana in there. So over the years, we've had the experience, and this is what we are here to share with you, the experience to go through going through the process and the opportunity to assist thousands of people go through the process. So that's what we come on board with. And Ben here is in the UK. Ben, for people seeing you for the first time, tell us about yourself.
Oh, as you told them earlier, my name is Ben, and currently I'm in UK. So you have had the privilege to study in 5 universities in the US, but I've been into 2 countries.
Yeah.
So I've been to India for my first master's, and I'm now in UK doing another master's.
Yeah. So sometimes people go like, why should we listen to you? You should listen to us because we've had experience, and then we've gone through what we are showing you. So we have what it takes to show you how to do it. You understand? And over the years, we've had the track record. Almost every study abroad story that you hear, somebody will mention the Fred Effect in there. You understand? So that is it. So keep your questions coming in. Remember that if you comment, if you like, if you share, you automatically join the draw, which we'll be having at the end of the session. The Fred Effect team is the only team that assists people with high school and diploma who want to pursue a bachelor's degree. And to be honest with you, I was glad when some people that we assisted go through the bachelor's degree program have their visas approved, and then they shared them with us. So we help people who want to apply for bachelor's degree completely for free. So what we do is that you need to schedule a one-on-one session. We explain the entire process, to you, and then we'll be able to help you go through the process. So let us have your questions in the comment section. We'll be responding to them, and you can also request, and then we'll pick you live as well. If you join, please make sure your video is on, and that makes it easy. Hi, Anthony. How are you doing? Is it Edward? Hi, Edward. How are you doing? Edward, can you please hear me? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well, Fred. How about you?
I'm okay. Thank you for asking. For people who are trying to request and join so that they ask their questions, how did you do it? How were you able to request and join, just in case anybody does not know how to do it?
Okay, so you just shared the link, and I had to use the link to join.
Okay, so you clicked on the link shared on the social media platform. Which platform did you click on?
It came on Twitter.
Okay, Awesome. So you just click on the link. It will directly lead you to the studio. I'll pick you and then we'll respond to your questions. If you're not able to join like that, you can type your questions in the comment section. I'll read and then we'll be responding to them. Ben, I didn't want the baby to come in the video, so that's why I quickly took you out.
No problem. I'm fine.
All right. Bro, go ahead. What's your question?
Okay, so currently I'm yet to apply for the Chevening scholarship. However, I feel a little bit down, thinking that maybe I'm not going to be approved due to the test scores that I don't have. I don't have IELTS. I've not even sat for GRE and all that. I am eligible for the 2 years post uni work experience. Not just that, I'm a first class graduate who studied BSc agriculture from the University of Ghana. And I want to delve into a different field of studies, pursuing masters in logistics and supply chain management. Currently, that is where I work, and up till now, that is where I find myself. I don't know whether maybe I would get any specific way of suiting my current professional background to what I want to study.
Okay.
In my master's
So, bro,
program.
you're asking a lot of questions at the same time. Let's take it one step at a time. So, first of all, you said you wanted to apply for the Chevening scholarship, right? So,
Right.
being scared that you may not be picked, it's life. It's part of it. So that's why you don't want to put your eggs in one basket and only make one application. So based on the requirements, the eligibility requirement, I don't know if you've taken your time to read on their website, and I'm going to share the link to the eligibility in the comment section. Just in case you are listening to us, the Chevening scholarship, it's a UK scholarship. So if you apply to institutions in the UK, this is one of the scholarships that you can target. And it has now been opened, and so we've had opportunity to interview a lot of people who have gotten the opportunity to win this scholarship. The eligibility requirement is far from the GRE and the GMAT you're talking about. So the what you're talking about, it's not what is required. So my suggestion would be that take your time and read the eligibility, because the things you're talking about are not required to apply to the Chevening scholarship.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. If you have a second question, let's go ahead with that.
Okay. I want to see how best I can tailor what I currently do work to the program I want to study. Although I have a different
so let's be straight with it.
Academic background. Okay,
what do you study? What do you want to study?
Okay, I studied agriculture, BSc.
Right.
In my undergraduate. And now I want to do something related to logistics and supply chain management.
Okay. So what happens is that there is something we call the statement of purpose, or the SOP. And the statement of purpose is written according to what the department or the program is asking you to write. You understand? So to be able to see, to tailor what your background to what you want to study, first of all, you need to talk to the HOD of the department that this is the background I have, and you can share a copy of your resume and transcript with the HOD. Do I, first of all, qualify to be admitted into the program? Because there are certain programs, they need you to meet certain requirements or to take certain courses. So, for example, when I wanted to apply to MPA for my second master's, they said they needed me to have a coursework in calculus and then also in economics. Fortunately for me, I did that at the undergraduate level. So if I didn't have these courses stated on my transcript, what they were saying is that I wasn't, because I was switching. from one field to another, they needed me to have these courses to be able to apply. So if you want to switch, talk to the HOD of the department, share a copy of your transcript and resume with this individual. Ask that, this is my background. However, I'm interested in doing this. Do I qualify to be admitted based on the courses that I've taken? So if you qualify, they will let you know. Now, how do you tailor your statement of purpose to suit that? The program would have certain requirements for writing your your SOP or letter of intent. You have to look at what they're asking you to do. Maybe how many pages, how should you even format it? 12 point, double spacing, how many, a typical example, the business department of Ohio State University, they don't ask you to write SOP. They give you 2 essays, which has like, they give you 2 essays to write about. Do you get my point? So you are going to follow what they're asking you to do. So you look at the requirement, then you will write according to what they want you to write. And so some people, they have a background in one field like you, they want to go to another field, maybe because of their professional experience. That is what is pushing them there. Or there is something they want to do in future that is pushing them there. But these 2 things are very important. Talking to the HOD to first of all find out that, does the department even admit people from different fields in the first place? 2, do you meet the requirement based on your courses that you've taken? And then 3, look at the requirements they are asking when it comes to writing the statement of purpose, and then you tailor yours to answer the questions they want you to answer in the statement of purpose. All right. Thank you for joining. Ben, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you, Fred.
All right. Let's see if we have another person. Latif, salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, Mr. Fred.
How are you doing, sir?
Thank you very much. I'm fine. Please, your side.
I'm okay. Please talk to us.
All right. Thank you for having me. I have a number of questions. Please pardon me. Maybe you answer them one by one for me.
No, we do 2 questions per person.
Ask 2 questions.
Yeah, we do. You can come back, but we are doing because there are a lot of people who want to talk to us. So we do 2 questions.
Okay. Then I'll go by as my priority. I'll go by what. Yeah.
I like your beard though. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Fred, I've gained admission. As of now, I am on my visa application. And now that you've introduced the social media presence, I don't know if there are some posts someone made in the past, and maybe now they are not making any more. Will that affect you in any way, or you have to go and delete them, or how do you go by that?
Obviously, if I were you, I would delete them.
That's my first question.
Yeah, obviously, if I were you, I would delete them. But the embassy is not very clear on exactly what information they are looking for. They just put out a vague information that it doesn't have to be something that is threatening the country you want to travel into, right? So if you first of all, the social media platforms are the ones that you give them. And so is it possible that, you give them those social media platforms that are very clean? And again, we advise that people wouldn't engage themselves in certain posts that do not benefit, the country you want to travel into, or say something that undermine, anything that they are doing. No, we can't hear you. Go ahead.
All right. So if I understand you mean what you give them is what they will have access to.
Exactly.
Okay, so if you have an account and you don't review that account, meaning they will not be able to...
Based on the information they put out, it's not advisable to also hide any account that you have.
Okay.
Yeah. So
all right.
The idea to hide certain things may also affect you. Unfortunately, we don't actually know that what goes into the review. There are a couple of people who, this time around, and if you are new, understand that initially the visa interview outcomes used to be 3. Approval, a denial, or administrative processing. But now everybody who is approved goes under administrative processing. So according to them, they give you the 221G document that they are going to go through your social media. There are instances of people who have been approved, undergone the administrative processing, and got their visas. Others were not able to get their visas after the administrative processing. The unfortunate thing is that we do not know what they saw after the administrative review. So we want to all be careful how we go about social media thing. Next question, my brother.
All right, thank you very much. The next question is currently, as I said, I'm working on the visa
Right.
to Seattle University for spring or for January intake 2026. At the same time, I have offer from Florida Institute of Tech. The two courses, if you ask me, I would prefer the one at the Florida Tech more.
Yeah.
But
no, unfortunately, if you know this, take care of the baby, my brother. That sound doesn't have to be in our stream. That's the unfortunate thing. Abdul, take care of the baby. Emmanuel, how you doing? Hi, Emmanuel, you're on. Hello, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, we can see you. Okay, Emmanuel is not ready. Okay.
Okay, Ima is on. Oh.
No, Ima is not ready. Ima is not ready. Okay. You can also request or type your questions in the chat. We'll be reading them, and we'll respond to them. Ben, let's take this one.
Okay. So this is from David Koja. He says, I'm going for my visa interview on Monday in South Korea, where I study to present my research in a very recognized conference in America. I have already been to US before and returned. Any advice for me in terms of preparation?
Right. Obviously, congrats on your admission and the opportunity to go for another interview, and also on the conference you're going for. So the advice will obviously be that they have your information in the system. So the same level of preparation that you put in for you to get the initial visa approved, you want to double it. This time around, this is a different category of visa. So even though you are attending the interview in another country, you still need to prove home ties to the country you're holding the passport, which is obviously Ghana. So you're holding a Ghanaian passport. So even though you are going to South Korea for the interview, you need to prove home ties to Ghana. Very important. So yeah, and if you there are a lot of mock sessions you can join to better your answers or the responses you have. Let's see. Messi, if you can put on your video, it will be very helpful. Okay. Hi, Messi, how you doing? Your microphone is muted. If you could unmute it.
Sorry. Hello, Fred. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. Go ahead.
Yeah, so actually, I didn't know I was supposed to be interviewed over here, but I have my interview on Thursday. And like Paul said, maybe you have an advice for me because everything seems overwhelming at the moment.
Yeah, I have had opportunity to go through the interview twice or so, and I've had opportunity to coach a lot of people for more than half a decade. If I'm supposed to go for another interview, it will still be overwhelming, and because of the uncertainty and all that. So it's absolutely fine for you to feel overwhelmed, you're uncertain, because it's a very important stage of the process. However, if you're going to write an exams and you're very prepared, it makes you very confident. So your preparation is what is important, that you're on top of your game. You are looking at your profile and every angle, what question could come. There are a lot of mock interview platforms that you could join to prepare and rehearse so that you build on your confidence level and you're going to be fine. I don't know, Ben, if you want to add something.
Yes, yeah, Messi. So thanks for joining. I think the only thing I would like to add to what Fred just said is that try as much as possible to be consistent in answering your questions, because this time round is very, very competitive, and refusal to is becoming common. So if they detect any inconsistency, it could really affect you. So just review your DS 160, and then make sure that your stories are all connected. That is your story. So if you're able to restructure them and make sure that they are in line, the possibility of you being denied is very, very low. So just try and then have an overview of yourself, understand what you have put in your DS 160, know what you want to go and say, be consistent, and I think you are going to be fine.
Awesome. Do you have a second question for us? Yeah, go ahead.
And the second question is, so I'm going for another a second master's actually.
Right.
The first one I did a master's in MPhil in Peace and Development Studies, but this time around is War and Peace Studies. And then the last time I joined the Fred Effect interview on TFE channel platform, they were saying I should really be able to like own my story, be able to convince them why the second masters. So I don't know.
Shout out to my brother Raf. Raf is at Ball State University. He came to do a second master's as well. So it's not new. So you wouldn't be the first person to have. I have 2 masters, you understand? So I think I agree with what they said. It's very close. So you should be able to differentiate between what you did earlier and what you're going to do, so that it wouldn't sound as if you're going to do practically the same thing. Now, a helpful tip will be what you wrote in your statement of purpose that conveys the admissions committee, knowing that you have 1 master's and now you're applying for a second master's, but yet your SOP was able to convince them to give you the admission. So go back and read the SOP. What you said in there might have been perfect. That's the reason why the school has given you the admission in the first place, so that you restructure it to possibly answer questions of why a second master's, why this same program, and then that should work out for you. Thank you for joining, Mercy. All right, let's talk to Simon Junior. How you doing? Your microphone is muted. If you could unmute it, sir.
Hi, Fred Effect. Good evening.
Yes, sir. Talk to us.
Good evening.
Hi, Ben. Good evening.
Yes, Simon. Good evening.
Thank you for having me. I'm so delighted to be here. This is my first time getting into the studio. I'm so glad. I have a question in regards to my GPA is 2.83 in over a scale of 5, and I don't know what advice will you give me concerning transcript evaluation or GRE.
Yeah. These 2 will be very helpful in terms of you trying to secure an admission and a scholarship. So I would highly suggest that if you can afford it, then you go ahead and get the 2. So the good thing about the transcript evaluation is that, especially because yours is over 5.0, and then the CGPA that the US institutions and Canadian institutions normally use is over 4.0. So the evaluation company, most specifically, I would suggest you use West, would sort of convert your 5.0 scale to a 4.0 scale. And when that happens, it also increases your CGPA. The second thing is that some universities that you may be applying to may require that you sit for the GRE. Again, because of your class, if you sit for the GRE, it gives you an upper hand over somebody who does not sit for it. So if you can afford to evaluate your transcript and then also sit for GRE, and then you have good scores out of it, it will make your application very competitive.
Okay, I actually did the evaluation, the free evaluation, but the GPA didn't appreciate that much, from 2.83 to 2.86. So do you think?
So the positive thing about the transcript evaluation is that not everybody can afford to do it. And what happens is that if you evaluate your transcript, it is only used to apply to institutions that require the evaluation. So more often than not, the universities that require the evaluation, like make it a compulsory requirement, like, Georgia Southern University, Ball State University, a lot of universities that require it, because the competition is low. It doesn't matter, what the CGPA is. And again, I'm going to share this real quick. I have a specific video that I made about if you have a low CGPA, how to go about it and universities that you can target. So there are a lot of strategies that I put together in that specific video. So let me see if I can quickly share that with you. Here we go. So there are a lot of universities that emphatically state that, if you have a CGPA between 2.0 and 2.7, they will accept it. And technically you fall into that. Now, there are a lot of strategies that you can apply apart from just writing the GRE and then the transcript evaluation. There are a lot of strategies that I gave in this video. It's about 25-minute video. So it's a well-researched video giving a list of schools that accept a low CGPA, and also some of the strategies you can use apart from having the evaluation and the GRE. The GRE and the evaluation were just 2 points I mentioned in this video. I listed about 10 different strategies. So you can look at them and see, which strategy can you add to what you already have. Remember, you wouldn't be the first person to have that CGPA to get admission to and scholarship to an institution. Neither are you going to be a last person. And understand that if you're a human being and you have maybe one finger cut off, it doesn't make you less of a human being. You understand? The institutions abroad do not only look at your CGPA, they look at other application documents. So is it possible you could strengthen your recommendation letters? Is it possible you could write a very good essay or a statement of purpose? There are other documents you're going to add, your English proficiency letter. Remember, there's also a CV that you're adding. So they are not only concentrating the admission or the scholarship decision only on your transcript, or for that matter, your CGPA, but the overall application package, which comprises your recommendation letters, which some schools require 3 of them. You only apply with 1 transcript, but they require 3 letters of recommendation. So we should also pay attention to how, solid that recommendation letter should be. They are looking at your resume or your CV. They are also looking at your English proficiency letter. There are a lot of other documents, your statement of purpose, that you are putting together to apply. So, we know that our weakness it's at one point, and there's nobody who is always submitting a perfect application. Everybody has a weakness in their application. So if your weakness is your statement of purpose, then there has to be strength in your recommendation. If your weakness is maybe your CGPA, there have to be strength in the other components or the other document you're using to apply. I don't know if this makes sense to you.
Yeah, it really makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah,
But,
so I appreciate you to check out that video.
I've done my due diligence. I've watched the video. I've watched it. I'm a subscriber of this channel for over a year now, and I worked in the development sector for 4 years, and
Right.
I'm looking for the program I'm after is development related programs, masters to be precise. But the universities that offer such programs requires 3.0. And then I when I did the evaluation, I now converted to 4.0. It's about 2 point something.
Okay, so here's the
about
thing.
4.
Universities have their generic requirement on the university's website. However, sometimes some of these information might even be archaic, right? So the best person to tell you whether you can apply or not is not you looking at the requirements on the university's website and already disqualifying yourself. No. What you're going to do is that you take your resume as well as your transcript, email the head of department of the program, introduce yourself, explain your background and your intention to apply to the program. Specifically mention your CGPA in the email and ask if you could go ahead and apply, if you'll be considered for admission, if you'll be considered for scholarship. So the department, the website information might have not been updated for like 10 years now. So if they admit people below that, you may not know, And so some directors are very frank. They will tell you that no, because your CGPA is like this, we are not going to admit you. But you never know who is going to give you a good response. So don't look at the information on the university's website and just disqualify yourself. Talk to somebody in the department. So a typical example, when I was in one of the universities that I was in, the director has been changed. But if you visit the university's website, the old director's picture was still there. So you understand? So it works like that. Thank you for joining. Ben, let's pick another person.
Okay.
And we can also be reading some of the comments. A lot of people type. Okay, let's see if we can pick some comments in the chat, and then we can be responding to them. So if you're just tuning in, you're welcome. Today on the Study Abroad podcast, I'm here with Ben. This is the Fred Effect team. We are responding to the questions you might have about the Study Abroad process. What questions do you have about your admission, your scholarship, your visa application? Join, and then we'll be happy to pick you up. Make sure your video is on, and I will respond to them. Charles, Selim, you have to put on your video, and then you unmute your microphone. I like the shape of your head. Go ahead.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, please. My concern. Yeah, thanks once again for accepting me. Once again, my problem is about the recommendation. Actually, I'm finding it difficult to get recommendation. So I think I've completed 2020, and with my former workplace. When I went there, the how will I say, the quality control manager over there said this email is not active, as in the email that is registered in the name of the company is not active, and you want to use his personal email, which is Gmail. So I want to ask if that one is okay, or you can use a company email of maybe, let's say, the accountant. The accountant is having the email of the company. So I'm contemplating if I can use that one that is having the company's name or the personal email of the manager. So I'm a bit confused. I don't know whether you get what I'm saying. But
yeah, I get it. That's a very good question. I'm glad you asked it. So what happens is that universities would actually accept recommendation from traditional email or Gmail, just that it's more trusted if it's from an institutional email. Sometimes they will tell you, like a typical example, University of Alabama, in the application portal, they make it clear that if it is a traditional email like the Gmail or Yahoo Mail, it will be subject to scrutiny, like additional scrutiny. You understand? So yes, you can use a user Gmail or Yahoo Mail. Yeah, there are some recommenders. They don't just have institutional email. However, it is more credible or trusted if it's coming from an institutional email, my brother.
Yeah, so Fred, just to add to what you just said, so now you've answered your question. If your accountant can help, put in the name of the accountant. You get a point. So this one, you can do internal arrangement. So the accountant will receive it, but we know that this is where it is going. So the only thing is, even though you are putting in the accountant Gmail, but you can still put the relationship you have with the one that you want to do. And then when he comes, we quickly send. So this one should be an internal arrangement, because as Fred said, honestly, if you're able to get the institutional Gmail address, it's fantastic. It's absolute, honestly. Because now most of the schools, if you check their website, they are very emphatical. Make sure you put in institutional Gmail address. So it means that there is a reason to that. We might not have the full details. So what it means is that if you're able to get the institutional address, that is perfect. So if you can connive with the accountant, you can do that and go.
okay, thank you very much. And my last, listen, I just want to thank Fred Effect. I think the motivation you are putting across your social media, especially Twitter, is helping us a lot, especially me, because sometimes I feel like I don't have to do it anymore. I don't have to go to school anymore and stuff. But sometimes when I go to your social media and I see those motivation, I won't lie to you, it motivates me a lot. It makes me like look for more schools. So I really appreciate the motivation you're giving. I think it's helping us a lot. I know maybe you know, but it's helping us a lot.
I
Thank you very much
appreciate
for
that.
that.
Thank
Thank you
you
very
for
much.
letting me know. Yeah, thank you so much. And shout outs to the team. The team has been doing a great job of putting out those content as well. All right. I like this question. Ramax Fix. I don't know if I got your name right. He says, Fred, I am thinking that when embassy sees an applicant is following study abroad channels, it could be a problem. Or what do you think? So, Ramafix, what you have to understand is that almost all the big countries, when it comes to education, have specific institutions set aside by the government to help people come and study in their country. So, for example, the US has Education USA. When they set up Education USA, some of us were not even born. Now, the purpose of this Education USA is to provide information about US institutions or higher education institutions, help people go through the process in order to come and study in their country. So even if you don't know about it, there is already Education USA, which is more or less like study abroad channel, kind of. So they have all the social media platforms, even on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and stuff like that. Now listen, every higher education institution in the US, almost all of them, they have specific international office. Now, this what they do, their work is to help people in this university who are maybe citizens to study in another country. So, for example, if an American is schooling at, let's say, Ohio University, and they want to come and have an exchange program in Ghana, there is an international office set aside in a specific university to help that student do that. On the other hand, if you're in another country and you want to come and study in that school, you liaise with that international office. They are going to issue your I-20, stuff like that. So there is a specific office set aside for studying abroad alone. So you following study abroad channels and stuff like that, like the Fred Effect, it means that you even want more information. You know what to do.
Yeah, I think just to add to what Fred is just saying,
Yeah.
UK has even gone one step ahead. So, for instance, Nottingham Trent University, as soon as you put in your application, they have agents that will even contact you one-on-one. And I'm sure most of the UK universities are doing so. They will take you through from even your application, submission of your application, to your visa is being approved or denied. And they have time for that 24/7. Any question, any assistant, they can review any document you want them to review. So I think what we are doing now is we are even helping them. So it's not bad to follow us.
John, you have to have your video on. This is one of the committed followers of the Fred Effect. John, he's in Nigeria. Hi, John. How you doing? Hello, John. John is not ready. Let's talk to another person. Let's see. Collins, Asamoah, you have to have your video on, Collins, so that we can see you, and also unmute your microphone. Collins. Okay, Collins is also not ready. So let's talk to Paul. Hi, Paul. Nantechi.
Yeah, hi. Good evening, and thanks for having me. Please, I did apply for a master's in health administration program in the summer semester, sorry. But I didn't get an earlier interview date, so I decided to defer my program. So the school issued me a new application letter. So my new my new interview date is 4th September 2025. And then I need an assistantship opportunity, research assistantship opportunity. So I decided to contact the program director, but she hasn't responded up till now. I also did send a follow-up message, and I haven't heard anything from her. So what should I do?
All right. So interestingly, our YouTube platform is such a way that if you diligently follow the videos that I've made, this video that I'm showing you was posted like 2 years ago. I made a step-by-step approach on if you get admission without a scholarship or if you get admission with a partial scholarship, what should you do? So this video on the screen, It's about a 17, 18 minutes video, which is almost like 100,000 views. And there has been a lot of testimonies coming out of this video that I made. It was very well researched. So some of the things I mentioned in there is that most universities have employment website. So they constantly either handshake or a specific employment website. They constantly post assistantship opportunities where you can go and apply for them. These assistantships may be outside your department. So for example, whilst I was doing my MPA, I was in the MPA department, but I was a research assistant for the transportation center. You understand? So these are some of the things I mentioned in the video. So take your time, go through this video, and then it will give you an idea what you can do to better your chances now that you've deferred your program, to better your chances of getting admission and scholarship. Sometimes, if we send an email and we don't get a response, it's either they are not in school, because right now school is on vacation. So most of the professors will be resuming somewhere in the last days of August. So hopefully you hear from them. But if you watch this video, it gives you a clear path as to what are some of the options you can explore to increase your chances of getting funding, bro.
Okay. So then again, I did contact the program advisor, and what she said was openings will resume, I think, late fall for the assistantship in my department. So I think I have to do that again. But then again, my interview is September 4th this year, and then up to now I've not received my I-20. So what should I do again?
Because at the moment most international offices are dealing with people who are coming in the fall, issuing I-20s, organizing orientation, stuff like that. So it is when they wrap up with the fall people, then they will start working towards spring semester. Because you said, if you can repeat it, you defer to January start, right?
Yeah, spring. Yeah.
Good. So a lot of the international office are now concentrating on people who are starting in the fall. So there will be a time period where they will start issuing, I-20s for the spring semester. However, you can also let them know by attaching a copy of your appointment confirmation and send it to them saying that, this is the time for my interview, even though the time for issuing spring I-20s are not up. Is it possible that because I have a date secured, you guys can support me and get me this time? All right.
I also do another appointment.
Can you restart, because we didn't hear part of it?
If it doesn't work, that like how you are saying, can I also shift my appointment date maybe to October?
Obviously. Yeah, obviously, because school is starting in January, and then you can attend your interview in December, in November, and all that. And the good thing about the portal now is that initially you only had one opportunity to reschedule. Now you can reschedule like 4 or 5 times, right? So yeah, so that's also possible. And one thing that I will say is that since you are deferring to the spring semester, if I were you, I wouldn't put my eggs in one basket. There's still an opportunity for new schools that are admitting for the spring semester for you to apply to them. So don't depend on the current school that you're deferring. You can also, extend your search to other universities that you can start applying for the spring semester as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining, my brother. Anyway, so Ben, if somebody needs, what is the duration, the limits for enrollment deposit these days for UK institutions, people who can afford to apply to institutions in the UK, especially the low cost ones? How much are schools charging for the tuition deposit now?
Yeah, I think now the variation is very high.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it used to be 3,000, 2,000, but now some schools charge 8,000.
Okay.
Others charge 5,000. Others too will say half of the fees. So supposing your fees is 28,000 and they're demanding half, then you should be thinking around somewhere 14,000.
Oh, I see.
Now with the initial deposit, I think there's been a lot of variations. Irrespective of that, we still have some universities that their fees are relatively low.
Mm.
So if you do your search, well, you can guess universities that some of the international students are supposed to pay 11,800. So on that note, if you are to pay half, that would be like 6,000, and you can manage.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
All right, let's pick up more people and respond to their questions. Poncho, how you doing?
Please, I'm doing good, Mr. Fred.
Hey, is this our
That's our guy, man. That's our
Yes,
guy.
I've been seeing your work. Keep it up.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, bro, thank you for all you do. We really appreciate it. I was looking for an opportunity to get in touch with you one-on-one. So I spoke with a team to try and see if we can connect with you. But Nabos, we said away.
I say I'm inside the room, that's fine.
Anyway, what's up? What happened?
Oh, was everything cool? I've even scheduled an appointment with you on 20th of this month.
Okay.
Yes, boss.
Okay.
Yes,
yeah,
boss.
Then we'll meet up and then we'll take it from there. But yeah, we really appreciate you. I was looking for an opportunity to get in touch one-on-one to express our gratitude on your support for the team.
Thank you very much. Me too. I really appreciate you.
What about you send us or WhatsApp me? Oh man, brothers network. Oh man.
Okay, boss. I was having one question. I want to ask. Please, I'm very sorry. Someone.
Oh man,
so I want to ask. Oh. So I want to ask. I have an HND first class certificate, and I want to purchase. I'm asking if I should apply for undergraduate or master's, and also I want to know which one is easy for me to get fully funded and. And also, this advice for me, yes, please.
I like this question. This is a very good question. So, with is it a 3-year HND or a 2-year HND?
Please, 3 years HND.
Good. So, with a 3-year HND, if your number of credit hours is somewhere, within the range of 120 and above, most universities would accept it and then admit you directly into a master's degree program. So, It will highly depend on the specific university we are applying to, and the number of credit hours when you calculate on your transcript.
Okay.
And with a first class, your CGPA is stronger. So yeah, it is highly possible. We will just have to email a couple of schools, because for some schools, they will still ask that, you have a 4-year qualification, not a 3-year. But I have a lot of friends, at University of West Virginia, that with a 3-year HND, they were able to directly get into the master's degree program. So that's highly possible. Just that the processes involved in using your 3-year diploma to apply for a master's degree is different from using the 3-year diploma to apply for a bachelor's degree. So in terms of documents, in terms of the time, the resources, any of them you can secure, answering the question of scholarship, any of them you can secure fully funded scholarships. But if you want a good scholarship for undergrad or bachelor's degree, SAT will be a good suggestion for you. But for master's degree, you may not need any exams, but yet you can get a full scholarship. So my suggestion to you would be, it would depend on you. What resources do you have? What time do you have at your disposal? And what documents can you put together? So for a typical example, my team handles undergraduate applications for free. So if you book a session with our team, we will handle that. But for master's degree, we don't do that for free. You need maybe 2 letters of recommendation for bachelor's degree application. But master's, you may need 3 of them. So the point is that, can you lay hands on these documents? That is another thing. So it will highly depend on you. Poncho Cross. I have a friend called V Cross. Oh, Poncho is gone.
Yeah,
Poncho
V Cross, is he there?
Yeah, you know V Cross?
Yeah.
V Cross is in Ohio or something like that. That's yeah. So and that adds up to what Poncho is asking, because V Cross had a diploma from Sunyane Polytechnic. And so he applied directly to a bachelor's degree. And then now he's doing great. He's a fantastic guy. Shout out to V Cross, man. Let's see. Let's talk to Parker. Parker, your microphone is muted. Parker, your microphone is mute. You have to unmute your microphone. Anyway, Parker is not right. Parker cannot find the unmute button, so let's wait for him to find the unmute button. Jesse Ernest. Ernest, how you doing?
I'm doing good, sir.
Who are Barcelona supporter?
Full-time Barcelona fan.
This season, there's a more hits for UCL. More of him. Anyway, young Queen.
My question is simple, sir. I completed SHS not too long ago, and I've been able to take an SAT exam, I think in March earlier this year, with a score of 1150. But honestly, I don't know how to move forward with my application process concerning study abroad, and I need your help on that.
All right, it's great. Like for you to take the SAT score, that is great, and the score is also manageable. So, I have a lot of videos on my on the YouTube channel where I visit the university's website, create an account, and start the application step by step. So now where you've gotten to is to go to the university's website and apply. Another thing you can do is to create an account on Common App. So Common App allows you to apply to about 20 universities at a go. So you can create an account on the Common App, select universities you prefer, or simply go directly to the university website and then you apply directly on the website. So these are the two things you can do. My team actually handles applications for free, but unfortunately, you would have to schedule, or fortunately, you have to schedule a meeting. We explain our modus operandi to you, and then we take your documents, we help you with the application. If that's the option you want to go to, that is absolutely fine. But since you have been able to sit for the SAT, applying to the schools is not challenging. Create an account just like creating a Facebook. If you've been able to create a Facebook account or whatever, you should be able to do it. And then you fill in the details. If you have an opportunity to get maybe somebody who is experienced in the process to review the application before you submit, that will be very helpful.
So regarding what you just said.
Oh man, I don't know what is happening in Ghana. Like, you let our Nigerian brothers come and laugh at us. The network is that way. Parker, you're welcome.
Thank you, the Fred effect.
You found the mute button.
Yeah.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Please, I have two questions. And
yes,
one is, I think, so those who completed Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, this is CWA. So with that one, are they supposed to use the words to convert it to the normal one we know, like 3 point something or 2 point something? And also, two, I've started sending code.
Relax. You asked a very good, and I think a lot of people might have this same question. So your score is over is CWA, and then universities normally require CGPA. Do you have to convert it before you apply? The answer is no. Most universities will not ask for your CGPA when you are applying. You rather upload your transcript and then they would take it from there. So except maybe the school requires that type in your CGPA, then of course you can use the other calculation tools to convert the CWA into CGPA in order to type it there. But more often than not, they will just ask you to upload your transcript and no need to worry yourself for calculation and stuff like that.
Okay. So the second question is, what kind of emails are you supposed to expect from the graduate coordinator before you apply? Because I've been listening to somebody like Evergas when he was on your live. He said something like sometimes he even knew you'll be getting the school before even applying, because I've emailed some of the way and he just told me to put in my best application, because sometimes they don't, it's the assistantship depends on the slots, then other few factors. So what kind of, so he said something like that. I was thinking, so like what kind of emails are you to expect?
That's a good question. So you see, I'm going to answer what you're asking me based on the question you ask me. So you would initially send an email to the head of department. Now, the questions you ask in the email would dictate the answers you're going to get. So the question is that, what did you ask? Because what you ask is what you're going to respond. So when I was applying, I said that my name is this person. I'm in Bole Bamboy. I'm a national service personnel. I'm interested in this program. The first question was, can I submit my application to be considered for admission? So guess what the director told me? Oh, yes, you qualify. Go ahead and apply. My second question was, do the department have scholarships for international students like me? So you see, what I'm asking the director is what they are going to respond. So there is nothing like, what specific response should you expect? What did you ask? So somebody who has maybe a 3-year diploma qualification would specifically ask, I know the department admits students with 4-year qualification or 8 semesters of transcript. I have 3 years qualification or 6 semesters. Do I still qualify to apply? So to such a question, the coordinator will respond, no, you don't qualify, or yes, you qualify. Do you get my point? So it boils down to, what do you want to find out from the director? So recently, I was communicating with a certain director in Denver, and then he told me that, oh, it's too late to apply by now, because my question was that, is it too late to submit my application? And he responded that way. So you have to know what you want to find out from them, ask that question, and that's the response you're going to get.
Okay, Fred, maybe I want to help Parker small. At times, like the response will be like, go back to the website, or maybe you ask for scholarship and they will ask you, everything has been explained, and the whoever responded to your message would attach some of the links to it. So if you monitor some of the mails for some time, you realize that you may be getting like similar responses. So I don't know if that's where Parker is trying to come from.
So that means that Parker did not read the university's website. So some of the emails, when you are writing, you can just make it clear that I have already read the university's website. I have been able to understand the admission requirements and stuff like that. Now you are trying to prove to the director that you are not just hunting and asking questions. You've been able to do your own research. So when you already tell them that you have been to the website, there's no way they are going to send a link to the website. Somebody asks, how do I apply? Meanwhile, if you go to every university, one of the big banners on is click on apply. Do you get it? So if you ask, how do I apply, when the instructions are clearly on the university's website, you are trying to communicate that, first of all, you don't want to read or you don't like reading. But in your email, you make it clear. So most of the information we want to find out are the ones that are not clearly stated on the university's website. So for example, a university requires GRE, and then you ask the director, I have this CGPA. Unfortunately, I'm not able to sit for the GRE. Can I still go ahead and apply? This is an information that is not on the website. So now you need the permission of the HOD to be able to tell you that, oh, go ahead and apply or don't apply. So if you are asking generic questions, how do I apply? What are the requirements? It's already on the university's website. They will just go and copy the link, send it to you. In their mind, you don't want to read.
Okay, so just to add to, don't be discouraged. When I started this process, I think I found one course that I was very interested to read, but I read from their website and I realized I don't meet the requirement. So I contacted the program director. He was like, okay, send me your transcript. I sent to him. Then he was like, can I prove to him that I already have this knowledge and I'm sure I can really do this? Because do you know what, I took him back to SHS and I told him that I did small integration, I did small calculus, and it's like further mathematics. So after sending him this email, all the response he gave me is, go ahead and apply. Okay, so whatever be the response, if maybe the response come and that is not the answer that you want, go ahead and check what you sent, revise it, and send it back to them, and you surely get the answer that you want. So always have in mind that the question you ask is the answer you are going to get.
Yeah, and if you've been getting similar responses, it means that this time around, refine your email. So get somebody to proofread that email to you. Is this something that I should send to a coordinator in the first place? Because if you're asking generic questions, they will give you generic answers. So you should refine them based on your preference. Like I said, if somebody has a 3-year HND, their major question is that, can I be admitted with this 6 semesters of transcript? The school can clearly let you know that, oh, for us, we don't admit people with HND or 3-year qualification. So you should have specific questions you're asking, and they'll give you specific. I would love to see the email. Probably I'll have some suggestions on how to fine tune it, and you're going to be fine. But you're going to be fine. Everything will be fine. I'm Vakra is all Kotofa. Anyway, Aram, F1, your microphone is muted. Oh man, Aram, your microphone is muted.
How do I mute it? Okay, I've unmuted it now.
F1.
Okay, hi, good evening.
Hey, we are saying F1, you don't want to respond.
Oh, you don't understand ever.
I responded.
So how do you respond?
I can speak. Remember
F1.
Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so
does all Aram people wear glasses? Because all the Aram people I know, Aram is like a personal, like somebody close to me. So go ahead.
Oh, really? That's nice. Yeah. Okay, so I did sociology. My BA, my undergrad was sociology, and right after school, I finished school in 2021. And I did my service with National Petroleum, and then I got the opportunity to work in one of the storage facilities in Ghana. Now, I've gotten some interest in the industry, so I'm looking to stay in the industry. Now, I've asked for certain opinions, and I'm not really getting any response. And honestly, I'd want to do renewable energy, and also anything in relation to sustainability and environment, maybe environmental engineering or renewable energy. Now, I've applied to Oregon Tech, and I'm waiting for admission. I've started my application with Portland University, but I need a little bit of assistance, right? I want like a one-on-one coaching, because sometimes I get a bit overwhelmed with some of like the SOPs and how to go about certain things. Some of the schools, the way you have to fill the form. I've watched billions of videos, but sometimes I still get a bit confused. So I don't know. And then I also need assistance with recommendation, because I reached out to KNUST for recommendation, and it's taking forever. And usually, like the KNUST recommendation is just like a generic letter they write. So it's a template there. They just put your name and the school, and reading it is not something that is like very convincing, right? And it's something I'm not trying to get my work so much involved, so I can only have just one recommender from work. I can't have like more than one recommender from work. And some of the schools are asking for like 3 recommenders. So I don't know if maybe you guys can help me with some recommendation. And I want to find out how I can also sign up for the one-on-one. And if the programs I've also chosen, you think it's something I want to do, but you think it's something I can easily find funding for? Yes, that's my question.
You have a lot of questions. Let me see if I can address. So, yeah, the Fred Effect team. Apart from that, I think most of my friends, my brothers, also have like mentorship program. The other time, Ivagas was on. Ivagas has, I don't know if it has ended. Ivagas has a mentorship program. I know Festus has a mentorship program. Most of our brothers and sisters, and I've brought a lot of people. I've interviewed a lot of people, even my brothers from Nigeria, who also have mentorship sections that people can sign up for. So apart from the Fred Effect mentorship program, there are a lot of our brothers and sisters that are also having mentorship sessions you can sign up for. So we do have a mentorship program. This mentorship program has assisted like thousands of people over the years. So we have track record on doing that. So here's a link to sign up for that. And then the section of if you're applying for the best program. and then the scholarship. So because you want to divert from what you studied at the undergrad level, the best way to find out is that before you apply to any school, let's try and communicate with the HOD. Share a copy of our transcript as well as our CV. Our transcript, because it gives them an idea what courses we have taken, and if there is a prerequisite that is required to be admitted into the program that we have. I made a typical example that when I wanted to switch to MPA, the program head asked me if I had calculus and then economics, macroeconomics in my transcript. So you need to figure that out from them. The second thing is that the department will clearly let you know if they offer scholarships or they don't. John, you are sleeping on my live session or what? Okay, so it's easy to figure it out that would they admit you, one? Would they give you scholarship? Because as you are saying, getting recommendation letters and stuff like that are not easy. The time it takes to go through an application. So if you are just applying and hoping for the best, it doesn't work like that. These days, you are able to tell that, would you admit me? They'll tell you no, or we will admit you based on your transcript, based on the resume you send them, if you meet the requirement. The second thing is that if the department has scholarships, they will let you know. So you don't have to finish with the application, get admission, and later on worry about scholarships. So it's clear that we can figure those things out. In terms of recommendation, you can get it from a lot of sources, like maybe religious leaders, especially if the individual has institutional email address. Because most of the emails, most of the recommendation, they will require you to put in the details of the recommender. They will send a notification to the person, and the person will recommend you. So yes, we do have a mentorship program. Apart from that, most of our friends also are into mentorship, Evergas, Festus, my Nigerian brothers. I've brought a lot of people on, and they tell me that they do have mentorship, and I've shown how you can get in touch with them. So those brothers are also there as well.
Okay, thank you.
But before you go, does every IRAM have to be fair and also wear glasses?
Maybe all the ARAMs we've met are probably fair and they wear glasses.
Yeah. So are you closer to Nobuku, or you're not close?
I'm not anywhere close to Nobuku. So
the IRAM I know, she pretends to have something, but she doesn't even have paracetamol.
There's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing.
Sometimes she scare me, but you know they scare me, right?
Oh anyway. No, there's nothing. Trust me. There's nothing.
Anyway, nice talking to you, but yeah, it's highly possible. Thank you for coming on. John, we spoke like 2 years ago. You are still in Nigeria, you've not moved.
I'm still in Nigeria. Good evening, Mr. Fred. Good evening, Mr. Ben.
Yeah, good evening, John. Good evening.
I'm still in Nigeria. I'm so happy to be on the live studio this evening. And I have a lot to say, please, but I'll summarize it. Sorry. I got an admission in University of Parma in Italy last month. So I was thinking that Italy is the easiest country to go to when you get an admission. So today I was trying to look for it. So since they gave me admission, so they said I should go and register in their government portal, which I did, and they gave me a summary letter. Then they said I need to go and do what they call authentication and verification of documents in Niger Republic, because that is where I graduated with my BSc. So the course they gave to me was in that university in Italy, is food safety and food risk management. And now the problem is that it's not for me to go. Okay, they said before I will go to Italy now, and this is next month I'm supposed to resume. Next month, September 15th, I'm supposed to resume the school. So I was chatting with the school. They said that the thing is not in their own part of the. They have done with their own part now. It's left for me and the embassy. So they sent my documents to embassy in Abuja, Italy embassy in Abuja, for me to go and do what they call declaration of value. That is DOV, declaration of value. And they said, according to them, they said before they will answer me for the declaration of value, it will take them months before they will answer me. I don't know why I will come about it. And besides, for me to have a block account is a problem to me now. I'm really, really stuck up, and I don't know whether I should withdraw it, or I should stop, or I should.
First of all, John, you mentioned that you were finding the easier way. Now the easier way is now becoming challenging.
Very easy. I thought it was the easiest way to go to travel to get
There is
to school.
nothing like easy, if you are determined to get it done, you get it done. Whether it's going, if it was easy, everybody would have done it, right? So don't look for the easier way. There are some processes that might be challenging for you to go through. So for example, instead of a block account, assuming it was like a US institution, you rather need a bank statement. You understand? So don't be hunting for the easiest way of doing things. Go with the best way possible. You understand? So now unfortunately, the block account now is a challenge for you. And do you know anybody in Italy?
No, at all, not at all. I don't know anybody in Italy.
But do you have the amount they are requiring for, assuming the school is ready to help you deposit it, like transfer the funds from Nigeria to deposit it in an Italian account? Do you have the funds?
I only have the fund. According to what they told me in the website, they say I have to apply for scholarship differently. That is the regional scholarship. That's how they call it. So, which the school send me a website for it. Then I applied. They have not given me the feedback yet. The school said I should hold on, that they will give me feedback. That they will, even if I'm in Italy now, they will still accept the scholarship. They will still approve the scholarship for me to continue my school. But the problem is that for me to get the interview done here, and they will see what is in my account before letting me go. And the only person that can sponsor me, the only people that can sponsor me is my parents, either my father or my mother or myself. That I cannot use other person account to present it in.
So that's why I was asking you if you do have that. Do you have, like, your parents are willing to have these funds, or do you have these funds? So that's why that's why I was saying that you go through a process that you think you can afford to go through. You understand? So assuming it was supposed to be a bank statement, I'm sure you would have gotten that one. It's not bad trying something out, but sometimes some of the processes are a bit complicated, and so you don't want to start something that you cannot, eventually finish. Let's see if we can read some of the questions in the comment section. Ben, you have a specific one you want us to respond to. Shout out to Elom. Elom has been typing the Fred effective. Okay, hopefully Elom gets selected today. Elom, shout outs to you. We see you on YouTube. Let's give shout outs to Jackson Joffrey. Jackson, it's from Kenya. Ben, can you respond to this? Jackson is asking.
Oh, okay. So HND means Higher National Diploma. So it's one of the certificates in Ghana. So it's between senior high school and then bachelor's.
Yeah.
So it's more like an intermediary certificate. So in between your senior high school and then bachelor's, you have the HND. So it's a certificate common in Ghana. I don't know if you have the same in Kenya.
Yeah. Shout outs to God's Love Samuel. Shout outs to Kwame Domaka. Hopefully I got the name right. Let's see. And then let's see who we have here. Is that the same?
Yeah, 2-in-1.
2-in-1, you are back. You have another question?
It seems you've muted yourself.
Yeah, you've muted your microphone. They can't find the mute button. The mute button on their device is hard to find. Okay, your microphone is muted, sir. All right, let's see. You're not ready. We had Abdul on. Let's see if Julius, you have to put your video on. Okay. Yeah, Abdul, go on.
Abdul is back again.
Yeah.
Mr. Fred, thank you very much for having me back. Mr. Ben, thank you too.
You're welcome.
My question is, I learned from your platform here that when you get to US, you can have a transfer to a different school all within 1 month. So let's say you have admission for January, and you have another admission for spring, that is May. So between January and May, can you do that transfer if you get to US? Maybe using the first January, use the January to get to US. Between that time, can you do the transfer to the other school?
It's a bit tricky. The question is a bit tricky. So to be able to transfer to a different institution, first of all, you have to hold an admission. But you see, when you start a program in the spring semester, which is January semester, by May, or that is where the semester will be ended. So normally the semester will start in January and end somewhere in May. So if the semester has ended and you want to transfer to another school, that is cool. But sometimes in the middle of the semester, it might be a bit challenging. So if you have an admission letter from the next school you want to transfer to, there is something we call service out transfer, and then you work on a service in transfer as well. And that could be done.
Yeah, Fred. My little concern is that when we are.
Yeah, go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, when we are addressing such questions, let's try and be specific that this is related to USA, because maybe somebody hearing may get confused about the things we are saying. So let's try as much as possible to make the question specific to, let's say, USA, if it is UK, if it is other kinds, so that those who are following you may not get confused.
Yeah, that's fine. Latifi, you have another one?
Yeah. So a comment on the same question. I have admission. They are all for the spring, January, for two different universities. I'm using one to enter, but the one I'm using to enter, I actually don't want to go there. I want to go to the other one.
Do you have?
But why I'm using that one to enter is because.
Do you have a visa already?
I am on the visa now.
Do you have a visa? Like, have you gotten your visa approved?
No, please. I am now applying for the visa.
Then the focus should be on the visa, not where you want to go to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the focus should be on the visa. So now the concentration should be on securing the visa. When you have the visa, we can have a conversation about the next approach. Anyway, let's see. Okay. Shout outs to Bell Beju, Elom, Jesse Ernest, thank you for tuning in. Owusu, thank you for your questions as well. And George Kwame Jan, thank you for tuning in. That's a lot. Let's see. Shout out to Abdul, Nuruddin, Feka Bismarck. This name sounds familiar. Kobe Donaldson, watching us on Facebook. Thank you for tuning in. Daniel Apam, watching us on Facebook as well. Thank you for tuning in. David Kodia, Yvonne Odonko, David Real, that's the name. Okay, interesting. Chris, shout outs to you. Ernest, Jesse, thank you for tuning in as well. Real World TV, thank you for tuning in. Senior Fred, please, I want to know if I can send in my long essay chapter 1 from this is confusing. If you could rephrase, that would be great. Let's see.
Okay, Fred, let me pick one from Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, so this one is from Abdullah Shamusuddin. He says, hello, Fred. I want to know if someone who has been banned from Canada for 5 years can still get their US visa approved.
Yeah, these are two different countries. The only way to figure that out is when you apply. So you need to apply, meet the requirement. I doubt one can affect the other, because when you're applying to for a US visa, they don't ask you if you've been denied. I know it's the Canadian and the UK visa that they ask you if you've been denied in other countries, but not the US visa. So yeah, you can give it a shot. Who knows? This might be an opportunity for you as well. Mensa Alex, how you doing, sir?
Yeah, before Mensa comes in, I want to know, does US share information with Canada? Because I was once told that there are some countries that they share common information together when it comes to visa application. So if you can further this.
These are hearsay and these are top secret information that the countries will not put out, right? So obviously for the prevention of certain attacks, some of these institutions may be sharing ideas and information concerning people who want to come into their country. But this is not an information confirmed anywhere. These are top secret that countries wouldn't put out, so we will never know. Mensa, go on.
Boss, please. Good evening once again from Ghana.
Yeah, good evening.
My question is, I initially had admission into Grand Valley State University in Michigan, and I went for the interview, but it was denied. That was when President Trump administration just started, so things was a little bit difficult. But unfortunately, the admission was two.
But now, before you continue, you continue, your application, your admission process has got nothing to do with their president.
Okay.
So he doesn't know you. He doesn't even know you applied to a university somewhere. So take that out of your process. What is your question?
The question is, the visa was denied. Reason why I was saying that is when I emailed the campus, that was what he told me from the admission office.
So you applied for
that is why I'm just
take your time. Yeah. You applied for Grand Valley State University, and then you got the document I-20 and everything to apply for a visa, right?
He got visa denial.
And then the visa was denied.
Yeah.
And then when the visa got denied, you emailed the school, which is not the embassy, to tell you the reason for your denial. The school that did not go to the embassy for the interview with you, neither do they have access to your DS-160 application to tell you from the US while you were denying Ghana.
The reason is that before I go to the embassy.
No, you're not responding to my question.
No, Fred, I think we have to allow him to finish.
No, he's not responding to my question.
No, because the question I think we have interrupted too much. So if we allow him.
Okay.
There are certain things. This is a huge platform. We wouldn't allow you to put certain information out there. If you do that, you are misleading the public. You applied for a school, and then they gave you all the documents to go for the interview. You went for the interview. It didn't go as expected. And you said that the reason for the denial was given by the university. Is that what you're saying?
That was the image I received from them. That is why I'm just making that references.
The email says what, brother?
Even you see, I was saying the admission was two. One was into Tennessee Tech. So just recently, they emailed me asking if I will continue to come to the university in this coming fall. So they told me that now the system has a little bit changed. And initially, they were able to accept 200 international students, but now it has cut off to 68. And I was also asking that, does international students have some challenges? And what they told me that if you are on a full sponsorship, then things are not going to be harder for you. So that is making me a little bit challenging that if I am not able to get a sponsorship from the school and I am able to, provide the necessity bank statement, can I still proceed, or I should wait until I get a full scholarship before I proceed?
That would depend on you. You see, before a school issues your I-20, you need to prove that you'll be able to support your education. So for some people, they are able to have their parents, give them the necessary financial support to go through the process. What it means is that when they get into the country, their parents are going to send them the money for them to survive here. Some people are able to get scholarship. It means that the scholarship is going to take care of their education. For some people, it's a government scholarship. The scholarship is going to support their education, or a loan, maybe Empower. The Empower loan is going to pay for their fees and all that. So if you are able to, present a source of funds, whether it's a scholarship, loan, bank statement, whatever, to the university, you are telling the university that when you come, that is the source of funds for your education. So yeah, I don't know if I'm not answering your question, but make it clear so that
yeah.
But I want you
it
to.
It was a little bit challenging for me. Yeah.
What was a bit challenging?
Based on the email I received, that if you are not on the full sponsorship, it will be difficult for you. So I was thinking maybe unless the school give you a scholarship before you can take this easy when you entered into the United States.
No, that depends on you. That if you have an uncle who has given you a financial statement saying that they are going to sponsor you, it means that when you get into the school, you're going to depend on the finances from your uncle. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, good. So you've clearly indicated to the school that my uncle is this person. He has what it takes to sponsor me. It means that when you get to the school, your uncle will be sending you the money and you don't have to have a problem. But for some people too, they have a scholarship given by the school so that their uncle wouldn't have to send them money, but the school is taking care of their cost of attendance. So you have to know what source of finance that you need in order to go through the process. But if you go for an interview and you get a visa denial, it has got nothing to do with, first of all, the school that you're going to do not have what it takes to say whether the embassy should approve your visa or not. They have done their part. Yours is to work your part out with the embassy when it comes to who deserves a visa and who doesn't deserve it. So don't let your school tell you the reason for your denial in Ghana. The school cannot sit in the US and tell you the reason why you were denied in Ghana. Do you get my point? Anyway, I don't know if Ben, you wanna add up anything.
Oh, that's all.
No, I think it's fine.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, people ask good questions, but they ask them to the wrong people. The school has given you all the documents they have to give you, I-20, whatever, and then you are preparing for visa interview. If you go to maybe Mozambique embassy and you get denied, then the school will sit in the US and tell you the reason why you were denied. They were not even there with you at the embassy.
I think it has to do with the expression, because from what he was saying, I was even, at times you send bank statement to the school before they give you I-20.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe perhaps the denial has to do with insufficient or like inability or proof of fund. You get it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So maybe he was trying to see the relationship. Why would the university say that I'm okay, issue me I-20? Because usually when you send a bank statement to the university, they put the person, maybe family member, on your I-20. So that's where I was trying to see if he's coming from.
Yeah.
So it's like his question wasn't all that clear, but I wish maybe he could reframe it and come back again.
All right. Let's see if we can respond to more questions. We've had the session has been 1 hour and 30 minutes long. Time flies, we've been responding to a lot of questions. Nice. Let us know in the comment section if we should do this more often. Should we do this more often, to respond to questions, or you prefer we having a guest and then rather go through the interview? What do you think? Should we do this more often? Let's hear from you in the comment section. Should we have this Q&A more often, or you prefer that we have a guest on instead? Let's see how many people are going to respond to us. All right. Razi and Paka, shout out to you guys. Yeah, the background. Okay. Lamisi, your microphone is muted. If you join, remember there's a link for you to join. We shared the link across all the social media platforms, and so you can click on it and directly join the session. Yeah. So people are saying we should do this more often. Okay. That's awesome. Yeah. Shout out to Isaac Chreme. He said yes, we should do this more often. Shout out to Delali. If you have not subscribed to Delali's YouTube channel, go to YouTube and search for the Delali Network. That's a good brother. Subscribe to the channel. Julius, your microphone is muted and you have to be on video as well.
Fred, upon all this, people will still come and comment that it's very hard to reach the Fred effect.
No, you cannot control. Yeah, so let's make it clear that we 24/7 we respond quickly to our questions, and then whatever you want to send us via our verified Instagram handle. Our Instagram currently has over 22,000 followers. And it's verified. That is the only way. The reason why we use the Instagram is because it's verified. It's easy to decipher between the impersonating account and the original account. And also on Instagram, you can send messages, you can call, anything like that. So, the only way to reach out, if you are communicating with anybody on any other platform, please be careful. We only respond to messages via our verified Instagram handle. So yeah, shout outs to Justin. Justin wants us to do this more and all that. So if you are planning to study in 2026 spring semester, which begins in January, fall semester, which begins in August, this is the best time to start your applications, right? If you're new, you're welcome. This is the biggest study abroad content platform. It's called the Fred Effect. And for more than half a decade, we have been consistently and, consciously producing positive content about studying abroad. I am into higher education. So practically what my PhD is about is, my doctorate is about studying at the higher education institutions in the country. So apart from having the opportunity to go through the process, this is what I'm doing for my doctorate. So, it's not about, it's not as if somebody studying something and doing study abroad. This is what we've committed our life to do, and so we've had the opportunity to go through the process, and now that is what we are studying. And so I go to class and learn about institutions in the country when it comes to higher education, and that's what I talk about on my platform as well. All right. So it's been a great session, Ben. I think we should do this more often. And then
the feedback is very good.
Yeah, for people who commented, there's going to be a draw, and then we select one person to be coached for free. If you have a high school qualification, the team will handle your applications for free. So we have 96 comments. That's awesome. Can we make it 100? If you've not commented, there's your time. So 97. We need 3 more comments, making 100, and then we can start the draw and we end the session today. Remember, the Fred Effect team has a collaboration with Argo Visa. Argo Visa is a team of formal visa officers. It's becoming a bit challenging securing an interview date, but if you are lucky to have one, don't misuse that opportunity. Talk to an ex-visa officer before you talk to the visa officer at the embassy. Use the link I'm sharing on the screen to schedule a one-on-one session with Argo Visa to help you go through the process. The Fred Effect team has a video on every circumstance when it comes to the study abroad process that you may think of. On the podcast, we've spoken to a lot of people studying in the UK, Switzerland, different countries, even Brazil. So there are videos that you should watch. Follow us on TikTok, The Fred Effect. Instagram is The Fred Effect. X is The Fred Effect. Facebook is The Fred Effect. This is the biggest study abroad content platform. All right, we have 102. Let's start the draw. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Cheba for Ruben. Shout out to Cheba for Ruben. Congrats on being selected today. So Cheba, for what you do is that you send us a direct message on Instagram and the team will take it from there. Ben, what are your last words, and then we end it?
Okay, I just want to help Anthony Bediako from Facebook. He says, okay. Please, can someone with degree certificate from private university also have the same chance to get admission with scholarship to study abroad.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's 100% yes. Okay, so don't let you attend a private university to scare you. Just apply and you'll be fine.
Yeah. That's it.
And the good thing is that most of the private universities, they have affiliated institutions. So UCC, some of the universities are affiliated to UCC, Tech, and Legon. And if you check your certificate, you will see that if your university is affiliated to UCC, you see University of Cape Coast on your certificate or transcript. So you don't need to worry.
Yeah. All right. So to have a one-on-one session with a Fred Effect team, here's a link you're going to use to schedule a one-on-one. Try and support what we do. We've been consistently and consciously be producing content so that your study abroad process will be easier. We've had opportunity to assist thousands of people for them to be successful. Here is a link. You can schedule a one-on-one session. There's always a way to, support and give back to so that we can continue to also put out information that will be helpful to your process. The name has been the Fred Effect. I did this with Ben. Ben is in the UK. Fred is in the US. We are from where you are watching us from now, and then we're able to go through. So that means that you can also go through. All right. It's been a great session, Ben. Thank you for your time as well.
Yeah, thank you for hosting me too as well, Fred.
Awesome. So guys, please be positive and understand that everything will be fine. We'll see you next week.